I was telling you guys all about how awesome God is and how He created everything. But then there's a problem, and we told God that we didn't want to be His friends anymore. So now that we have this word called sin in the way, and sin is this big enemy of ours. Tom, Mr. Tom, what are you doing?
You said sin's the enemy, right?
Yes, I did say sin is the enemy.
Well, I'm going to fight. Where is he?
Okay, first thing, that's a plastic sword. I don't think you do much damage to a plastic sword. And secondly, can you touch sin? Is sin a person? No. You can't touch sin. You can't attack sin with a sword. See, sin is something that we do and something that we think. Sin is whenever we do something or think something that means that God's not the boss anymore, whenever we disobey God. So you can't fight sin with a sword. Nice try, Mr. Tom. Everyone give Mr. Tom a clap. He tried hard today. See, some people thought that when God promised He was going to send somebody, that God was going to send somebody with a big sword who was going to fight all of their enemies and make God's people number one by beating everybody else. But that's not what happened. Can I get down a bit, please, Pete? See, we know that God sent someone called Jesus. See, you guys are smart, so I didn't even tell you that. Now I want to tell you a story about Jesus. This is from the Bible. Now we have here a room. Here he is. Shh. Now, Jesus was really, really popular when he was around. Everybody wanted to hear about Jesus. So Jesus would go around and hang out with people. So we've got Jesus here. He's in the room. I know it's only just a picture, but you have to believe me, okay? Now Jesus was so popular that everybody wanted to come see Jesus.
Kyle, can you sit down, please?
So we had waiters, people who serve food, they wanted to see Jesus. We had business people, they wanted to see Jesus. Cooks, they definitely wanted to see Jesus because Jesus was good with food. Firemen, if there were firemen back then, they would have wanted to see Jesus. Farmers, definitely. Jesus talked heaps about farmers, so they all wanted to see Jesus. Garbage collectors, they like Jesus too. Who else? Policemen, they come and see Jesus. Rock stars. Of course rock stars. Jesus was that popular, even all the coolest people wanted to go hang out with Him. So, yeah. Cleaners wanted to see Jesus. Fishermen. Jesus was a big hit with the fishermen. So the fishermen there. Doctors. See, Jesus could heal people. So doctors wanted to know what was His secret. So doctors hung out around Jesus. And of course when you have doctors, you've got to have nurses with them. Let's see what you got teachers with books. Yeah. Now see, Jesus is so popular that there are these guys called the Pharisees. They were like the rule keepers. They were the ones who thought they knew everything about God. These guys thought they were really important, so they made sure that they were sitting right at the front. Does this look like a pretty crowded room? Yeah. Now imagine, this room is so packed that you can't get in. There are people everywhere. Imagine like we had all these people in a room like this big. It's like
Kyle,
full of people.
get Nicholas
so
to sit
packed
down.
that there's a line outside to try and get in, but they can't squeeze in. Because there's so many people in this room. Now there's this guy. We don't know his name, but he couldn't walk. There was a problem with his legs, and when he was born, his legs didn't work. So he
Nicholas.
was paralytic. He was paralysed. He couldn't move. Now his friends said,
Your head's in the way.
Jesus is going around
Kyle.
healing people.
No.
Jesus has
I'll
the
film you
ability to
later.
make his legs work. we'll take our mate to go see Jesus. So they put him on a stretcher, and these poor guys, they picked up the stretcher, and they went over to the house where they knew Jesus was. There's a problem. The house is full. They tried getting in the door, they tried squeezing around some people, they started saying, "Excuse me, let me through." There's so many people they couldn't get in. And this is a problem. If you can't get to Jesus, what are we going to do? I know. What we'll do is we'll get on top of the roof. We'll stand on the roof, we'll get some shovels out and we'll dig into the roof. And we'll make a big hole in the roof. So that's what they did, they made a big hole in the roof. They said, we'll get a big rope and we'll lower our friend down into the room. If we can't get into the door, we'll lower our friend down. So we go over there, he's on the stretcher, and they lowered him down, down, all the way down, until he's right in front of Jesus. Now, what do you think Jesus would have said? There's a guy on a stretcher, his legs don't work, lowered down to the floor. What do you think Jesus would have said to him? What do you think? Yeah, that's what you'd think, wouldn't it? You'd think he said, "I will heal you." But let me show you from the Bible what Jesus said. Jesus said, "My friend, your sins are forgiven." Well, one second. That's not what we expected, was it? We thought he was going to say, "You're healed." Now he says, "Your sins are forgiven." Now that's pretty weird. Now these angry guys at the front are going, "What? You can't do that. Only God can forgive sins." To think of it this way, imagine Mr. Tom's here. You don't have to come out Mr. Tom wherever you like. Imagine Mr. Tom's here and I punch Mr. Tom in the arm. Who can forgive me for punching Mr. Tom in the arm? Well, what do you think? Yeah, that's not the answer I'm after. If I hurt Tom, who can forgive me for hurting Tom? Well, yeah, that's not the answer I'm looking for though. Well, I might have to tell you. If I hit Mr. Tom in the arm, what do you got the answer? Tom, that's it. If I hurt Tom, Tom needs to forgive me, doesn't he? Because I've hurt Tom. If I need to say sorry to Tom, and then Tom can say, "I forgive you." Now remember, who do we hurt when we sin? Jesus. We hurt God when we sin, don't we? When we sin is when we disobey God. So, who can forgive us when we sin? Who's the only person who can forgive us if we sin, if we hurt God when we sin? No, not Liverpool, God. God. If we hurt God, the only person who can forgive us is God. So when Jesus says to this guy, "Your sins are forgiven," Jesus is saying, "I can forgive your sins because I am God." And everyone's going, "Wow! How can you say you're God? You're just a person." And Jesus said, "You know what? To prove that I have the power to forgive sin, to prove that I'm the one that God promised that He would send to deal with sin once and for all, I'm going to heal this guy." So he said to the guy, "Mate, get up and walk." And what he did is he got up and his legs were working. Remember, his legs wouldn't work before, now his legs are working. Jesus healed the guy to show that He had the power to forgive sins, to show that He's the one that God promised. Tomorrow, we're going to find out how Jesus did it. How did Jesus forgive everybody's sin? We're going to find that out tomorrow. Now, I'm glad you're excited, because it is exciting. We're going to hear tomorrow. Mrs. Woods.